Good morning, children. Till now, you are thorough with additive inverse and multiplicative inverse. Still, if you have any doubt, you can call me and ask. Okay. Now, we'll continue the exercise. See, children, question number 5. Name the property under multiplication used in each of the following. First question, minus 4 by 5 into 1 is equal to 1 into minus 4 by 5. What will be the answer? The answer is the same number itself, right? Minus 4 by 5. So, if we multiply a number with 1, if we get the same number, that property is multiplicative identity property. So, first answer is given below. 1 is the multiplicative identity or this property named as multiplicative identity. Second problem, minus 13 by 17 into minus 2 by 7 is equal to minus 2 by 7 into minus 13 by 17. Here the numbers in different order. So we know that it is commutative property for multiplication, right? Answer given below. Next, third one, multiplicative inverse property. How it is multiplicative inverse property? Because minus 19 by 29 is multiplied with its reciprocal. So we know that a number and its reciprocal, if we multiply, we will get the product is 1. So clearly we know that it is multiplicative inverse property. Copy down. In question number 6, multiply 6 by 13 by the reciprocal of minus 7 by 16. Now we should multiply this 6 by 13 with its reciprocal. First we will write the reciprocal of minus 7 by 16 is minus 16 by 7. After that, according to question, we will multiply these two numbers. 6 by 13 into minus 16 by 7 gives minus 96 by 91. For this type of questions and all, much more explanations not necessary, I think. So still if you not understand, you can ask. Copy down. Question number 7. Tell what property allows you to compute 1 by 3 into 6 into 4 by 3 as 1 by 3 into 6 into 4 by 3. It means this type of manner which property we are having. So we know that it is associative property of multiplication, right? You write that general form. It is the answer. Copy down. Question 8. Is 8 by 9 the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 by 8? Why or why not? Since multiplicative inverse of rational number a is 1 by a. How we know that? How we verify that? If we multiply a number with its reciprocal, we will get 1. Like that we will verify. In the same manner, we are going to verify these two numbers. We are going to multiply 8 by 9 with minus 1 by 8. That time if you get the answer is 1, yes, it is true, otherwise false. Now look at the calculation. First write in the form of product 8 by 9 into minus 1 by 8. Then it is in the form of mixed fraction. We know that how to convert it into improper. Minus 9 by 8 is the improper fraction of minus 1 by 8. If you multiply these two, what you are getting? Minus 1. But its product must be positive 1. Therefore, 8 by 9 is not the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 by 8. Copy down. Method we are having another one question. Is 0.3 the multiplicative inverse of 1 by 3? Why or why not? Again you write that condition. If A is the reciprocal of 1 by A, their product will be 1. The same condition will use. We'll multiply these two. 0.3 and 3 1 by 3 is equal to 3 by 10 is fraction form of 0.3. Then 10 by 3 is improper fraction form of 3 1 by 3. Their product we are getting plus 1. Yeah. In previous question we got minus 1. So it is not a reciprocal, but here the product is plus 1. Therefore 0.3 is the multiplicative inverse of 3 1 by 3. Copy down. Question number 10 have 3 sub-questions. Write the rational number that does not have a reciprocal. Which is that number? 0. Since if we multiply 0 with its reciprocal, you will not get 1. Right? Therefore, 0 has no reciprocal. Second question. Write the rational numbers that are equal to their reciprocals. For example, 2 reciprocal is 1 by 2. 3 reciprocal is 1 by 3. Similarly, 1 reciprocal is 1 by 1. 1 by 1 becomes 1. Therefore, this number is equal to this number. Same reciprocal. Okay, next minus 1. Minus 1 reciprocal is 1 by minus 1. We can write it as minus 1. So, the number and its reciprocal both are same. Therefore, the numbers which are having equal reciprocal are 1 and minus 1. Third question. The rational number that is equal to its negative, that is 0. Okay, copy down. See children, question 11, fill in the blanks. Easily everybody can answer this. First one, 0 has dash reciprocal. Just now we learnt no reciprocal. Second one, the numbers dash and dash are their own reciprocal. That also we learnt now, 1 and minus 1. The reciprocal of minus 5 is minus 1 by 5. Reciprocal of 1 by x, where x not equal to 0. Because if we substitute in place of x 0, it is undefined. Therefore, except x, any value of x we can write. So, reciprocal of 1 by x is x. Fifth one, the product of two rational numbers is always a rational number. Sixth one, the reciprocal of a positive rational number is always positive. Copy down. Now we finished exercise 1.1. Next we will learn how to represent the rational numbers on the number line. Before that, watch this video. You will get some ideas.
One of the categories of plotting the rational numbers on the number line is when the numerators are less than the denominators. Let's try to plot 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2 on the number line. First, we see how we can plot 1 by 2. The numerator 1 is less than the denominator 2. When the numerator is less than the denominator, the positive rational number will be between 0 and 1. So we draw the number line like this. The number 1 by 2 has to lie somewhere between 0 and 1. Now we divide the length between 0 and 1 into equal parts. How many equal parts is the question? The denominator tells us the number of equal parts. The denominator is 2, so we divide it into 2 equal parts. This line divides this region into 2 equal parts. But what does the numerator tell us? It tells us the number of parts starting from 0. The numerator is 1 and therefore we take one part from 0 and mark 1 by 2 here. We can use the same procedure to mark minus 1 by 2 on the left side of 0. Divide it into 2 parts and mark minus 1 by 2 one part away from 0. Just as integers had corresponding values, rational numbers too have corresponding values. In our example, minus 1 by 2 corresponds to 1 by 2. Let us look at another example where the numerator is less than the denominator. We have to plot 3 by 4 and minus 3 by 4. Let us plot 3 by 4 first. Since the numerator is less than the denominator, we know that the number will be between 0 and 1. So we draw the number line like this, with just 0 and 1 plotted. Remember, the denominator tells us the number of equal parts. Since the denominator is 4, we divide the length between 0 and 1 into 4 equal parts. Drawing these 3 lines gives us 4 equal parts. Now we move to the numerator. The numerator tells us the number of parts from the number 0. Since the numerator is 3, we move 3 equal parts from 0. 1, 2 and 3. So we mark 3 by 4 here. Now let us plot minus 3 by 4. Since 3 is less than 4 and the rational number is negative, we know that it will come between 0 and minus 1. We divide this length into 4 equal parts as the denominator is 4. And we mark minus 3 by 4 3 parts away from 0. That's it. We have plotted the points. But let me ask you a question. You have plotted the numbers 3 by 4 and minus 3 by 4. But do you know which numbers are plotted on these points? Here's your answer. Since this is one part, we mark 1 by 4 here. Since these are 2 parts, we mark 2 by 4 here. Similarly, we can plot minus 1 by 4 and minus 2 by 4 here. This was just for your understanding, and you don't need to mark all the points if you're asked to mark just 3 by 4 and minus 3 by 4. In the next video, we will look at an example in which the numerator is greater than the denominator. In this video, we will try to plot rational numbers whose numerators are greater than their denominators. Let us plot 7 by 4 and minus 7 by 4. We try to plot 7 by 4 first. The first step in such kind of problems where the numerator is greater than the denominator is to convert it into a mixed fraction form. You would have learned this in your earlier classes, but let me quickly show you how. We only have to divide 7 by 4. We get the quotient as 1 and the remainder as 3. So we write the mixed fraction as quotient remainder by divisor. This is the whole part and this is the fractional part. So we can write 7 by 4 as 1 3 by 4. 1 is called the whole number part and 3 by 4 is called the proper fraction part. Each of the 3 numbers 1, 3 and 4 tell us something about where 7 by 4 is plotted on the number line. The whole number part tells us the position of 7 by 4. So 1 tells us that the rational number 7 by 4 is between itself and the next whole number. The next whole number is 2. So we know that 7 by 4 is between 1 and 2. So we draw the number line accordingly with just 0, 1 and 2 marked. The denominator of the proper fraction part tells us the number of equal parts this segment is divided into. Since it is 4, we divide this segment into 4 parts. This segment between 1 and 2 is divided into 4 equal parts. The numerator of the proper fraction tells us the number of parts from the first whole number. So it is 3 parts away from 1. So we mark 7 by 4 here. What about minus 7 by 4? We can write minus 7 by 4 as minus 1 3 by 4. Now the number minus 1 tells us that minus 7 by 4 is between itself and the next number. Make note of the fact that the next number will be on the left hand side since minus 7 by 4 is a negative rational number. So the next number is minus 2. Now we can say that minus 7 by 4 is between minus 1 and minus 2. The denominator tells us the number of equal parts this length is divided into. So we divide it into 4 equal parts by marking 3 lines. The number 3 tells us the number of parts from the number minus 1. So leaving 3 parts from minus 1, we mark minus 7 by 4 here. With that, we are done with the topic of plotting positive and negative rational numbers. Please practice this concept thoroughly and make note of the summary which appears at the end of this video.
Yes, children, from that video you got some idea how to represent the rational numbers on the number line. Two methods means numerator is less than denominator is one method, and numerator is greater than the denominator another one. See, first number we are having numerator is greater than denominator. This number numerator is greater than denominator. This number should lies between 1 and 2. If we convert into improper fraction to mixed fraction, we come to know that particular number lies between which are the two numbers. See here we are getting 1 3 by 4. So this number lies between 1 and 2. That idea we will get. Now here no need of converting and writing. Directly we can write. Here see, look at the denominator. Given number denominator, that is 7 by 4, right? 7 by 4. We should make each 0 and 1 between 4 equal part. Here also have to make 4 equal part. Now this is 1 by 4, it is 2 by 4, it is 3 by 4, 4 by 4 is 1. Okay, this is 4 by 4. Next it is 5 by 4, it is 6 by 4, and this is 7 by 4. Now this is the place of 7 by 4. In this way we should represent the rational numbers on the number line. Okay, copy down. I will rub all. Copy down this pic. Second number in which minus 5 is less than 6 means numerator is less than denominator. So this number is lies between 0 and minus 1, that is left hand side of 0. Look at the denominator. Denominator is 6. Minus 5 by 6, in that denominator is 6. So we make 6 equal parts. 1 2 3 4 5. Now this is minus 1 by 6, it is minus 2 by 6, it is minus 3 by 6, it is minus 4 by 6, it is minus 5 by 6. After minus 5 by 6 also here continuation is there. It is not necessary. What we want to mark, that one we got. So this is the place of minus 5 by 6. So in this method we are going to represent the rational numbers on number line. Understand? Copy down. Yes, children, today we have learnt how to represent the rational numbers on the number line, and we have solved some problems in the exercise. Till this you go through all the contents what we have covered from Monday to Thursday, because coming 3 days you are not having maths class. So go through it properly, because Monday you are going to attend the quiz. Children, try to get more marks in the first attempt itself. Okay. Thank you.